Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to MaxSpeedTV. As tonight we are here at Limaland for the CFE Lumber Division 100 as the Upstate Racing League Airborne Graphics Dirt Pro Late Model Series is going to be doing 100 laps here tonight on this very short track, and it is going to be an action-packed night, so I hope you are holding on to your hats very tightly, and if you're not wearing a hat, go get one and put it on so that you can hold on to it. Thank you very much for joining me tonight. My name is KR Stolfus, and I hope you guys are as excited as I am for another great night of racing action. But before we can get to it, we do gotta cover a little bit. Tonight's race is brought to you in part by the Ohio IndyCar League. If you're looking to run in the IR18 in a fixed league, make sure you hit up the Ohio IndyCar League, broadcasted right here on MaxSpeedTV. And also, tonight's race is brought to you by CFE, or the Cooperative Farmers Elevator. CFE is a progressive farmer-owned co-op that services local farms and rural business owners in the areas of agronomy, feed, grain, and lumber. CFE has locations in communities throughout northwest Iowa, southwest Minnesota, and southeast South Dakota, with administrative offices in Rock Valley and, you know what, that's a very difficult city name, somewhere in Iowa. Our farmer owners are at the core of what we do. After all, our success is their success. So tonight's CFE Lumber Division 100, gonna see some great racing action. They are in the final 6 minutes of warm-up for tonight. Just so you know how everything is playing out, the top 5 in each heat are inverted from time trials. Everyone is racing for a starting spot in main event number 1. As you can see, the cushion is starting to develop already right along the wall, and that is going to get closer and closer as the night wears on. The right rear of these cars is going to be shoved in here before too much longer. Worn out, all those good stuff. Checking in on the 62 machine, Cody McCauley picked up the season opening win, gave him an early points lead. However, he has lost the points lead to Robert Schaefer by 4 points. Robert Schaefer picked up a solid run last week, finishing second in the doubleheader that we had. McCauley is going to fall to second place in points. Brian Hacker moving up into third with one of those wins from last week, along with Zachary DeLong in the final race of our doubleheader that we had last week. He picked up his race win there as well. Brett Rolls rounding out your top 5 in the point standings. Matt Heft in the red, white, and blue 21 machine sitting on pit road for the moment. Meanwhile, the 96 of Al Smith running a little bit of a different color scheme here. He's got a white and baby blue machine out there. That thing is looking very stout. Like the paint scheme quite a lot. We go on aboard with Al Smith for a few laps around this very short Limaland. Getting a little bit of a bump into the corner entry there. That's going to trip some of the drivers up, upset the car just a little bit right there at a kind of a crucial time. However, with experience, you do know how to handle it, what to expect from it. Bill Bestseller in the 71 machine. He is gonna slam on the brakes and take it for a little spin to the infield there. Wayne McDuff in the 413 machine, and Brian Jones in the 91 sharing a pit stall with the 21. Scott Austin in the 29 machine. Scott Austin came into tonight 7th place in the point standings. We are going to have heat races, some shenanigans before the main event. And then once we kick off this thing, it will be 100 laps of great racing. So before we go any further, guys, we're going to step away. We're going to play our national anthems, and we'll be right back.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north, strong and free. From far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rackets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Now that qualifying has gotten underway, the 17 machine of Brett Rolls trying to lay down some good lap times. He's got his 2 laps in. However, on top of the speed charts right now, the 15 of Charles Hayes looking to set himself up well here early on tonight. Meanwhile, the 62 of Cody McCauley, he is shutting it down. He is currently in third, or second, I should say now. The 99 of Kelly Dahl, he is sitting in 4th place. Zachary DeLong, a winner in last week's doubleheader. He has moved himself up on top of the speed charts in that 93 machine. Al Smith in the 96 shutting down his Verge. Late model. I think he is. Not sure what he's doing. He's lost. We're never really sure what Al's doing. We just kind of smile and nod. And it looks like maybe everyone is done with the qualifying here. Trying to see if we can see anyone else out on track. I do not believe so. Let's see if we can get a quick word in. Hey, Zach, this is KR up in the broadcast booth. You got your ears on, bud?
Yeah, you got me?
I can hear you loud and clear. That 93 machine looks like it's going to end up with the fast quick time of the night. How's that car feeling for you?
Car's really good right now. We got a fresh track, so it's pretty fast. Just drive it in the corner as hard as it'll go, and just hope it sticks in the middle.
Now, Limaland, very short, but very wide. Is there an advantage to the inside versus the outside here tonight?
I think you'll see the inside is going to be really quick in the beginning, in the heat races and stuff, and towards the middle of the feature and all that, I think we'll see a lot of people going to the top as the track starts going away.
Well, you picked up a race win last week in the double headers. Are you going to be able to duplicate that here tonight?
Limaland's one of my favorite tracks, so we're definitely going to give her a run.
All right, man. Well, good luck on that. Before we let you go, any shout outs or thank yous?
Just thanks to you for broadcasting, CFE Lumber for the race sponsor, Airborne for the series sponsor, and Upstate for putting on the league. Everyone's doing a great job.
All right, that is Zach DeLong, driver of the 93 machine, taking a moment to talk to us here in qualifying. 1 minute left in qualifying. Not a whole lot to get through, so we're going to step away. We'll be right back.
Have you ever wondered what happens on a single financial transaction? You are being monitored, charged a lot for it, audited to meet certain criteria. Agencies know when, where, how much, from who, to who. It's slow. Meet Verge, a cryptocurrency of total privacy and anonymity. Fees are literally pennies. Instant transactions, worldwide, secure and decentralized. Verge gives you total financial control, no middleman, no banks, no institutions. Currencies have evolved. Verge is the beginning of a new era. Stay ahead and create your own future. Are you ready to join the digital revolution? Visit vergecurrency.com/get started.
Heat race number 3 starting to take to the grid, or heat race number 1 starting to take to the grid as I move it to TV camera number 3. On the pole for our first heat race. Starting grid brought to you by Verge, the 91 of Brian Jones, the 21 of Matt Heft. Row 2 will be the 99 of Kelly Dahl and the 33 of Robert Schaefer. Row 3 will be the 93 of Zachary DeLong and the 9 of Eric Spencer. And row 4 will be the 926 of Richard French. Brian Jones in the 91 in control of the field. Here we go. Pace truck getting out of the way. And the Dirt Pro Late Model Series is green for heat race number 1 in the CFE Lumber 100. Kelly Dog gonna tag the 91, get tagged by the 93. The inside lane stalls out. That is gonna give the lead to Matt Heft in the 21. Brian Jones in that 91 just not able to get rolling. And Matt Heft taking full advantage of it. Meanwhile, our points leader, the 33 of Robert Schaefer, trying to track him down and get all up in his guts and try and make a pass. But for the moment, Schaefer in that 33 is sitting in second place. Nine more laps to go in this heat race, and they're going to click off very, very fast. Our lap times are right around the 13-second mark here. Eric Spencer has moved into third place, and the 99 of Kelly Dahl has found a way into fourth. Meanwhile, our quick time, Zach DeLong, struggling to gain ground here in this heat race with the inverts that are happening from time trials. This track is still very fresh, still very tacky. That 93 looking good on the inside here. Can he make a pass here on the 99? 5 more laps to go, and Zachary DeLong with a good move to the inside here. Not quite clear of the 99 at Dahl, but this time he is. Is he going to take his line away just a little bit? But Kelly Dahl not giving up in that 99, just losing by inches per lap. And Kelly Dahl looked like he's going to get into the 93. Both of them keep it going. Meanwhile, out front, the 21 machine of Matt Heft doing a great job of leading this thing. We go on board looking out the back of this 21 machine. Robert Schaefer in the 33 trying to track him down. Schaefer into the corner very hard. Just doesn't get off as good as Heft. And Matt Heft gonna come around and win heat race number 1. Robert Schaefer finishing second. Third place going to Eric Spencer, Zach DeLong in fourth. Fifth will be Kelly Dahl, Richard French in sixth, and seventh place going to Brian Jones. Heat race number 2 lining up. Time to go through our starting lineup, fueled by Verge. Make sure you check out vergecurrency.com. Figure out what's going on over there. Some great stuff happening. The 68 of Ronald Piles and the 17 of Brett Rolls will make up row number 1. Row 2 will be the 71 of Bill Besseller and the 2 of Brett Bartels. And row 3 will be the 15 of Charles Hayes and the 81 of James McIntyre. Here we go for heat race number 2. Piles racing in the 68 machine. Gonna have that inside line, which looked like it was a little bit faster. See if he can get that car rolling here before the 17 of Rolls does. And here we go, heat race number 2 underway. Piles in the 68, side by side, door to door with Brett Rolls in the 17. Rolls is gonna get a good run on that outer lane, but that 68 powers down on the inside. Here comes Charles Hayes in the 15 with a good run on the bottom. Battling the 2 on his outside. You see the 71 trying to find some room on the inside here to battle for second place. Cars are all over the track here, high, low, and middle. Meanwhile, Ronald Piles has just said, see you guys later, and he is checked out in that 68. He's letting these guys battle it out while he goes on to lead this thing. Ooh, contact there. Everyone keeps it sorted. No yellow just yet. And that is going to move Charles Hayes into second. The 71 of Bill Bestseller, though, he is spun down in the infield. He's going to lose a lot of time here. And in fact, I think he is just going to keep it parked on the infield and call it a race. At 68, wasting no time getting out front. And he has been our leader of all the laps here for heat race number 2. Meanwhile, Brett Rolls in the 17 has fallen to 4th place. Brett Bartels in the 2 right in front of him. And then Charles Hayes in the 15 getting oh so close to that wall. Right now in 5th place is the 81 of James McIntyre, sporting Best Colorfuls Creations, and that machine is also fueled by Verge. Right now he's got some work to do as he is in 5th place in heat race number 2, but white flag is flown for Ronald Piles in the 68, and across the line Ronald Piles gonna win heat race number 2. Charles Hayes second, third Brett Bartels, 4th Brett Rolls. James McIntyre will round out your top 5, and Bill Bestseller will be scored in 6th place. Heat race number 3 coming right at you. Scott Austin in the 29, gonna take over the top spot for the moment. We go through our starting lineup. That 29 machine and the 83 will make up row number 1. Row 2 will be the 96 of Al Smith and the 413 of Wayne McDuff. Row 3 will be Cody McCauley in the 62 and Matt McLean in the 88. 6 drivers to battle it out for 12 laps. Chevy Silverado pacing the field, keeping Scott Austin and the rest of these drivers in check. But here we go. Heat race number 3. Lined up all nice and pretty. Cars are sharp, clean looking, and we are about to get underway as a green flag drops. Down into turn number 1 they go, and Al Smith in the 96 gonna ride over a tire there, trying to find some purchase of grip and make a move on the inside lane here, but he is gonna lose a lot of ground through the straightaway. That has got Scott Austin out front for now. The 83 machine of Devin Johnson tucked in behind him, running that high side. Meanwhile, Al Smith still not giving up on the bottom here, but here comes Wayne McDuff in the 413 on the outer lane, with Cody McCauley in the 62 trying to find somewhere to get by both drivers. Oh, McCauley's gonna tag Al Smith. Al's gonna take out a cone there. That is gonna cost him a lot of time here in the heat race. Scott Austin in the 29 though is starting to pull away. As Scott Austin has been out front now for all 5 completed laps. You can see these drivers really trying to work all aspects of the track, both high, middle, and low. And Cody McCauley in the 62 is starting to move to the front now that he's got some room in front of him. Al Smith in the 96 after his short little sabbatical through pit lane. He's caught up to the back of the field, still has just a handful of laps, but really not enough time to get anywhere with that 96. These heat races have got to be perfect races. And McCauley moving into second place here, but under heavy pressure from the 83 of Devin Johnson. Johnson in the 83 machine not able to match the pace of McCauley, but Scott Austin in the 29. Final lap for him. Down into 3 and 4. Heat race number 3. Your winner is going to be Scott Austin, with Cody McCauley finishing second. Third place going to Devin Johnson. Wayne McDuff fourth. Fifth will be Al Smith, and sixth will go to Matthew McLean. And with a little bit of a warm up here, guys, I'm going to step away, take a little bit of a break, rest my voice, because we're going to have 100 laps of intense door-to-door action all night long. No one go anywhere. We'll be right back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as the drivers are doing a little bit of warm-up, each driver getting to roll out in a little few 4 to 5 lap hot lap session, and not every driver all at once. We're gonna watch these guys drop the green flag here, get some warm-ups in. '29 of Scott Austin was our heat race number 3 winner. Several other drivers sitting on pit road. Brett Rolls in the 17. He was in heat race number 1. Didn't have the run he would like to have had. We'll see what he can do here for the feature, as the green flag is being not quite dropped on this warm-up session. Oh boy. Speaking, talking, stuff like that. James McIntyre in the 81 did not have the heat race he would like to have either, but he's going to be one that we're going to keep an eye on. McIntyre, a solid driver. Be watching him. I believe he'll be able to work his way through the field here tonight. He'll have 100 laps to do it. 93 is Zachary DeLong. Can that 93 pick up another race win? And can he find a way to the top of the point standings? He came into tonight's race only 27 points out. Cody McCauley in the 62, our inaugural season, or not inaugural, our race opening, season opening race. Wow. Why is this so hard for me to talk tonight? Will he pick up his second win of the season? Can Matt Heft in the 21 pick up his first win? All of these guys within striking distance of the points lead. All right, drivers onto pit road. We're going to see if we're going to get another group of drivers out for hot laps, or if we're going to advance. And it looks like for the moment, these drivers are just chilling, catching a quick drink of water, hopefully. Maybe making a pit stop to the local watering closet. As for me, I already made my stop. I went up to the concession stands and I got a beer adult soda, and it's quite cold and tasty. We're at a dirt track. Good time to have a good beverage of choice. Enjoy it. Keep it covered though if you're on the front row. You don't want to get dirt in your beer to excess, because then you're just kind of drinking mud. And some tracks, they all taste different. Not gonna lie. Been to a lot of tracks, and each track has its own flavor. But there it is. That is the end of the warm-up session. We are going to get ready for a 100 lap feature event here tonight, brought to you by CFE Lumber. That means it's time to go through our starting lineup. Row number 1, fueled by Verge. As I hit the right button, good grief, will be the 21 of Matt Heft and the 68 of Ron Piles. Row 2 will be the 29 of Scott Austin and the 33 of Robert Schaefer. Row 3 will be the 15 of Charles Hayes and the 62 of Cody McCauley. Row 4 will be the 9 of Eric Spencer and the 2 of Brett Bartels. Row 5 will be the 83 of Devin Johnson and the 93 of Zachary DeLong. Row 6 will be the 17 of Brett Rolls and the 413 of Wayne McDuff. Row 7 will be the 99 of Kelly Dahl and the 81 of James McIntyre. Row 8 will be the 96 of Al Smith and the 926 of Richard French. Row 9 will be the 71 of Bill Baseller and the 88 of Matthew McLean. And bringing up the tail end, row 10, Brian Jones in the 91 machine. Now here we go, 100 laps. Matt Heft in the 21, letting that Chevy Silverado get out of his way. And we are about to go green once again. And there it is for the third race of the season. Third week of the season, fourth race of the season. We're underway. Brett Rolls in the 17 already trying to sneak down underneath, clip the tire there a little bit. Had to gather it back in. Meanwhile, side by side up front, they still are trying to figure out who is going to lead this thing. And Matt Heft by a nose for the moment. Ron Piles in the 68 with that pink numbering. Both red, white, and blue cars out front. Which one's more patriotic? Well, we'll figure that out. If they can hold on and do this side-by-side racing, we'll declare the more patriotic driver the one who wins. And Matt Heft in the 21 is going to find a way to pull out front here. Ooh, big stack up between several drivers, and this is going to bring out our first caution. We go to our MaxSpeedTV replay. Eric Spencer battling Zachary DeLong 3 wide down the front stretch. Not quite sure where the stack up was, who all got involved. It looked like Cody McCauley tagging someone. McCauley's going to go through the pits there. He's going to get a black flag for that one. Tisk tisk. McCauley getting into Charles Hayes there. Chucky Hayes. Oh, Chucky Hayes. That stacks everyone up, brings out the caution. Here we go. Cautions are quick here. Green flag flies as Heft has chosen the outside lane. That has put Piles on the inside. Can this change the outcome? Oh, the 29 of Scott Austin into the wall. Scott Austin on the start there moved up in front of someone and got turned. Causing a 4-car stack up. Wayne McDuff on his lid. That's not how a car goes, Wayne. Tires down, Wayne. Tires down. Hope Wayne's all right. But the 29 and the 15 get together there. Robert Schaefer in the 33. Little bit of it. The 83 getting turned around. Here comes the 91 late to the party. But a big stack up, and that has put Wayne McDuff out of the race. He is the first one out. He may not be out, but he is on the hooker back to his pit stall. Unfortunately, serving a bit of a time penalty for having to be flipped over, so we'll see if he can get back out there. Meanwhile, the 21 of Heft leading this thing has been out front for 9 laps. Piles has been scored for 2 laps as our race leader. But here we go once again. Green flag is out. We are back underway here at Limaland. Robert Schaefer in the 33 down to the inside of Piles. Can he get a run here? It looks like he is. Will he pull a slide job off? Here comes Piles to the inside to counter the slide job. Meanwhile, it looks like we got a few more that have got crossed up. That is the 9 of Eric Spencer. He's going to gather it back in. No caution flag flying. But Eric Spencer with a big moment there, lost a lot of ground, but keeps it straight, and we stay green. Meanwhile, the 96 Al Smith is watching all of this go on in front of him. Here comes the 62 of Macaulay underneath. Ooh, is the 71's gonna get into the wall with the 99 of Kelly Dahl? Bill Bestseller getting up into the wall in the corner there. And Kelly Dahl and Bill Bestseller getting together there as they were fighting for the same piece of real estate. Unfortunately, Bill Bestseller in the 71 gonna go a lap down before he could get rolling. So how damage works, I tried to type it out in chat, but doing too much here, so we'll just do a quick little talk about it. So with Wayne ending up on his roof, he was unable to continue on, so we had to take the tow truck. Had to essentially escape out of the car, hold the escape button back out. Here in the virtual world, that is essentially saying you have admitted defeat, you need a tow truck. Tow truck takes about 2 minutes to get you back to your pit stall. Then, as long as you don't have permanent damage or race-ending damage, you can get back out there. So the 21 of Matt Heft, your race leaders, the caution flag going to come out once again. We did not go green there. But there is varying degrees of damage, so you could actually damage your radiator. Car will drive just fine. But a couple laps later will blow up on you. That's because you punctured your radiator, spewed out all the water. Other damage will be to the steering of the car, and it just makes it a lot harder to drive. But the green flag is out, and we are back underway. Robert Schaefer in the 33 making that inside lane work. He's gonna have to give room to Matt Heft for the moment. He does not have him cleared. Heft getting a run up off the corner. Here comes the 68 of Piles to the inside of Robert Heft, 3 wide through the corner. Piles gonna tag a tire, and he's gonna find out those tires are angry. They don't like getting ran over, and they will upset your car and upset your night. And Heft pulling out for the moment, but here comes the 33 of Robert Schaefer as we are gonna go back under yellow. And it looks like the 91 of Brian Jones gonna go around. And the 91 of Brian Jones battling it out here side by side with the 81 of McIntyre. Al Smith and the 96. Oh, we got one on the roof, and that is the 2 of Brett Bartels. With the 91 not really having anywhere to go, is gonna slide into him. And Brett Oh, hard into that opening. Eric Spencer getting a piece of him. The 91 on the brakes hard so he doesn't hit him. That is going to be very tough damage for the two to come back from, but green flag is out. The inside line really starting to slick off. You see where it's starting to get slick through the color changes of the track. Those shiny spots are very slick. Those lighter spots are slick as well. Schaefer in the 33 trying to put pressure on the 21, but Matt Heft in that 21 machine for the moment, being a calm, cool, collected customer. Hef leading another lap. As you can see, he has led for 29 laps so far tonight. By far the dominant car here for the lap lead counter. But here comes Robert Schaefer in the 33 along with the 68 of Piles. They are right there. These track changes, this track will change all night long, and these drivers will have to adapt to how the track changes. Schaefer in the 33 starting to inch up higher and higher to the wall. Piles and Schaefer still side by side. Schaefer getting a little bit out of shape through the corner there. That's going to allow Piles to get up in front of him. And now that 68 slides into second place. Does he have enough to mount a charge for the lead? Meanwhile, Brett Rolls in the 17 machine, he is in fourth place. He is still hugging onto that bottom lane. Here comes the 68. He's going to tag a tire. Going to lose some ground because of it. Cody McCauley currently in fifth place. That is your top five. Matt Heft, Ronald Piles, Robert Schaefer, and Brett Rolls with Cody McCauley. We're going to see these guys start to battle it out here as Rolls in the 17 is starting to make it a three-car fight for second place. Meanwhile, the 926 of Richard French, he is sitting in sixth place with Zachary DeLong in the 93, trying to find a little bit of speed on the up end of the track. Devin Johnson in the 83, Charles Hayes in the 15. 8th and 9th place themselves, and Al Smith in the 96 just now working his way into 10th place with heavy pressure from the 29 of Scott Austin. And Al Smith in the 96 being very gentle down on the bottom, not letting that car get too much out of shape, not spinning his tires too hard. He's doing a great job right now running that inside line. Meanwhile, the battle for the lead is really starting to pick up. The 68 of Piles has found some track to his liking and has really closed in on the 21 of Matt Heft. Heft, for the moment, fending him off, but man, is that a hard charging 68. 50 plus laps to go, and the 68 is going to get side by side here. Oh, and Piles is trying to muscle his way through. Doesn't quite do it, and is going to have to gain some lost ground once again to battle it back, but lap traffic gonna start playing a part of it. As the 88 of Matthew McLean trying to stay out of the way, he's running up on the cushion there, along with Robert Schaefer. Heft is gonna clear him. Can Piles in the 68 get by the 88 this time? He does, and the 88 has to check up just a little bit. Robert Schaefer in the 33 now, he's got to deal with the lap car that is running in his lane. What is he going to do here? Schaefer's going to have to find a way around as he over-rotates the car just a hair. And Schaefer's going to drop down to the middle. Looks like there's a lot of grip right in the middle for the moment. Piles in the 68 is going to try the high side. But Matt Heft, still your race leader. He has now led 50 laps here tonight. He will win the most laps led award. But he is not done. He is still out there racking up the lead lap tally counter. I don't even know what I'm saying half the time. Matt Heft, though, doing a great job. He knows how to wheel around this track. Robert Schaefer in the 33 sitting in third. Brett Rolls is fourth. Cody McCauley is sitting in fifth place with sixth place driver Zachary DeLong. We got to talk to Zach as he set quick time in qualifying and then did not have the heat race that he would have liked to have had. And he said this was his favorite track on the service. That 93 machine working its way through the field here. Now he's got to deal with the lap car, the 88 of Matthew McLean, but DeLong in sixth place. James McIntyre in the 81, currently running in 16th. He's going to get a lap down as the traffic has gotten heavy in front of our leader, and the Piles in the 68 having to check up for lap traffic on the inside lane of James McIntyre. That is going to allow the 33 of Robert Schaefer, who is on the outside here, to get a good run. Piles still stuck behind McIntyre. He has got to find a way to get around him, and quickly. McIntyre running his line, holding it very steady, and Piles is going to move up to the high side here, but not before Robert Schaefer in the 33 gets around him. So put Schaefer into second. Now Schaefer is going to deal with the 91 of Brian Jones. Schaefer going to drop down, clear Jones here, and the 9 of Eric Spencer. So Schaefer moves into second. Does Schaefer have anything for Matt Heft in the 21? Cody McCauley able to get around the 17 of Brett Rolls for fourth place. Piles still in third. Has not yet been able to close the gap on Schaefer, and we have got our caution out once again as the 9 of Eric Spencer. Looks like he got turned around the wrong way. But Eric Spencer in the 9 machine, dealing with trying to get lapped, trying to run his car as smooth and steady as possible. Pulls down in front of James McIntyre here. And McIntyre just going to make contact with Eric Spencer there at corner exit. That is enough to bring out the caution. Lights are out on the base truck. And they are going to come back on. Not quite ready to let the field go just yet. Here we go. Pace truck is in. Matt Heft in the 21 getting on the throttle. Green flag is out and we are back underway. That 21 machine has been solid all night long, but the 33 using this caution to his advantage got an opportunity here as the 33 is going to go high on the track. Man, for a minute there, I thought the 33 was going to tag the wall pretty hard, but he bounces off the cushion instead. And Schaefer in the 33 trying to reel in Matt Heft in the 21. Matt Heft has not really given up, running through the middle of the track here all race long. And Schaefer does get into the wall that time in the 33, but he rights the ship and gets back going. And Matt Heft right through the bottom pulls out by a few car lengths. However, Schaefer hard charging on that high side, over rotates on exit. And Matt Heft just being nice and smooth. Steady driving. Cody McCauley in the 62 pulls off a wild slider on the 68 of Piles. Unable to make it work as Piles gets back underneath him. And now the 62 of McCauley is going to turn Piles. Big stack up in front of the fans here. Go to our MaxSpeedTV replay. McCauley with the slide job there. Piles in the 68 counters him. And then they go into the next corner and McCauley just gets into his back bumper there. Enough to turn Piles. Zachary DeLong getting involved in this one with nowhere to go. Rough night for Zach, as that was just no fault of his own. He is going to get around the pace car, though. That will put him back on the lead lap. I am not 100% sure if this is an iRacing thing or league admins doing it, but that pace truck pulls down pit road and then pulls off almost every single lap here. Someone needs to get iRacing on the phone, tell them to fix it. Here we go, green flag back in the air as the 21 of Heft has got to try and find a way to fend off the hard charging 33. May not have to try too hard as Robert Schaefer is trying to knock down the walls. Maybe lose a body panel or two. He might feel his car's a little too heavy, shedding some weight here in that 33. But Matt Heft in the 21 has just been solid all night long. Looking out the back of the 21 machine, you see Robert Schaefer really is able to get into the corners good. Now he's starting to get off the exit of the corner a little bit better than Heft. Heft still trying to run that bottom, being nice and smooth and steady, not getting that car too out of shape. Schaefer once again tagging the wall. But it's starting to get very slick on the bottom for Heft. He is going to have to find somewhere else to run. Maybe move up half a lane, because here comes Robert Schaefer in the 33 with 17 laps to go. This race is starting to wind down very quickly. 100 laps here at Limaland has flown by, and now the 21 does move up to the top side here. Schaefer in the 33, he's going to try and move down to the bottom. Can he make it work as well as Heft has? And the 21 by a nose at the line. And now Schaefer does make the inside lane work. Matt Heft's gonna move back down to the bottom. Robert Schaefer in that 33 with the run up off the corner though. and Robert Shaver has led his first laps of the race. Ooh, and Matt Heft having to abort there. He thought he had some room, saw the 33 last second and made a good move not to get into him. But Robert Shaver, your new leader in the 33. That 33 machine has been fast all night long, but he has not had open air like he's got right now. What can he do? Can he pull away from the 21 of Matt Heft? Here comes the 17 of Brett Rolls. Does Rolls have enough in that machine to track down and make it a 3-car battle for the lead? Because Matt Heft still has not given up his hopes for winning this thing. Brett Rolls in the 17 taking us on aboard now. Lap traffic starting to come into play once again. Schaefer down to the inside of the 91. Slide job on the 91. Matt Heft, oh, contact with him. That is going to send these guys 3 wide. Oh, and Rolls is going to tag a tire. Going to bounce him into the 21 of Heft. However, they all sorted out, keep straight and keep on rolling. Robert Shaver, meanwhile, oh my goodness. Whew, I thought they were going to hit there once again as Brett Rolls is getting into that corner as hard as he can. And it looks like it is costing him a lot of time on corner exit. Meanwhile, Robert Shaver in the 33, he has gone back down to the bottom, running very steady, very smooth. Right now, slow is fast. Don't want to spin those tires a whole lot. You want to keep that car underneath you. Keep it as straight as possible here. At 33, nice and gently on the top side as well. Lap times have really slowed down. We're about a second off of our fastest lap times of the feature. So the track has gone through its final set of changes. And adjusting in time too, as we're about ready to draw into our CFE Lumber 100. Matt Heft in the 21, final lap. Can Robert Shaver hold him off? Shaver on the inside here. Final time through 3 and 4. And oh man, Heft almost tried to get into him, and your race winner is going to be the 33 of Robert Shaver, picking up his first win of the season. What a race we had here, 100 laps at Limaland, and it comes down to first and second place within inches of each other, and third place not far behind. Oh man. All right guys, well, we're gonna set up our post-race show. No one go anywhere. We're gonna talk to our top 3 finishers. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we have our podium finishing drivers for their post-race show. Thank you very much for joining us here on MaxSpeedTV for that. The 33 of Robert Shaver only led 15 laps, but one of them was the most important lap. That 33 machine had to work through the field here a little bit. A challenging race for you, but in the end you come out on top. Robert, tell us a little bit about what you saw out there.
Yeah, that was a really fun race. It was tough to get by Matt there at the end. I knew he was good, but I went to the top probably a little too early, lost a couple spots, and I think it started to come in for me there.
It looked like that car, though, could run high or low or middle. What is your approach to deciding what lane you're going to drive in?
Well, especially towards the end, you really just have to be really easy on the throttle and keep the car really straight. And it seemed like if I did that, I could make some good ground.
When you pick up your first race win of the season, you pull out a little bit more of a points gap. Things are looking up for you. Is it too early to start talking championship?
Yeah, I don't know about that. I'll just keep trying to get on the podium. Just focus on that for now.
Good call, good call. Before we let you go, any shout outs or thank yous?
Yeah, I'd like to thank my sponsor, Full Moon Surf Shop on eBay. And thanks to the announcers and Al that puts this on. It's a pretty fun league.
That is Robert Schaefer, driver of the 33, picking up his first win of the season here tonight at Limaland. Congratulations, Robert Schaefer. Now it's time to move on to our second place driver, and that is none other than the 21 of Matt Heft. Matt, you had a great race there, finishing second here tonight. Tell us a little bit about your race.
Well, starting up on the front row, it sounds like a great place to be, but you don't know what everybody's doing behind you, and that's kind of how I ended up running the whole race. I mean, you can only see so much in the mirror here, but it's just, I didn't know. I knew the top side was going to come around, and when Robert was up there, I knew he was going to be a definite threat. So I just kept trying to watch him and not pay too much attention to that mirror with this short track. Don't have a whole lot of time.
Yeah, Limaland very short, about 13-second lap times for the best laps of the feature. That 21 though led for 83 laps. Seemed like you knew what you were doing out there.
Well, at first, for a while there, I thought I did. Actually, the car was really good the whole race until that last restart. The last restart, it like track slickened off a lot more than what it had been previously, and I like Robert said, you had to keep the car straight, and I was starting to have a little trouble with that. And then once he got by me, I mean, I just was trying to hold myself back from pushing too hard and pushing the car too hard. And I think a lot of my issue was that at the end there, I was hoping kind of we'd get into that lap cars and I'd be able to get squeezed by him or block him in behind a lap car if I could stay close to him.
Well, you did a great job out there. It was a great race. You're going to gain a lot of ground on the point standings here, very possibly moving yourself into the top 5. But before we let you go, any shout outs or thank yous?
I'd like to thank Al for putting the league on. I mean, I really don't have any sponsors. I just kind of it's a me deal. So, and I guess I thank my wife for letting me do this for a couple hours on Thursday nights. So, in other words, I'd like to thank everybody that watches.
Well, there you go, Matt Heft, driver of the 21 machine, doing a great job out here tonight, bringing it home second. Congratulations, buddy.
Thank you.
Now it's time to move on to third place. That is the 17 of Brett Rolls. And Brett, that 17 machine was looking pretty down and out but you found a lane that worked for you and you found a way to get up into the third spot.
Yeah, the car definitely came to life towards the second half of the 100 lapper. Was just trying to sort out all the traffic and chaos coming from the back to the front on such a tiny track here, but for the most part was able to keep the nose clean and get up towards the front, and then, you know, just try to avoid, you know, chaos from there on out and keep it clean. On about 10 laps to go there, we were starting to make some ground up on the top two that were running side by side and throwing slide jobs. It was slowing them down a little bit, so we were able to make up some ground. And then they got caught up to the lap car, and they were able to get around the lap car a lot easier than we were, so lost some ground there, and just overall lucky to be able to pull it into third tonight.
Well, third place, respectable finish here at Limaland after 100 laps. The track looks pretty well blown out. Drivers talked about how, as it does, you kind of just need to keep the car straight and move on. But there at the end, we saw you driving in really hard, trying to make something happen. What is that 17 capable of here, and will we see you pick up a win this season?
Definitely hoping so for point's sake. But I mean, I'm more of a slick track driver, so the slicker the track gets, the faster I usually get. I'm freshly new to the late model scene though, so still learning the aspect of how the car is handled. But I mean, if we're able to get, you know, a slick off track, which I'm looking forward to Charlotte, and I'm hoping that track gets nice and slick and we're able to get a good run there for the final 2 nights of the season.
All right, Brett. Well, before we let you go, any shout outs or thank yous?
Yeah, I gotta thank Mike Massey for this awesome paint skin. I gotta thank my teammate who was here tonight. He had a little bit of bad luck, Ron Piles and Har Motorsports, as well as gotta thank you guys for putting on the broadcast, and Ale Smith for putting on, in my opinion, probably one of the best leagues on iRacing that I've been able to run.
All right, Brett Rolls, driver of the 17 machine, your third place finisher here tonight. Congratulations, man.
Thank you, man.
What a race. We just saw 100 laps at Limaland without someone getting up into the stands, I guess. The drivers didn't try and fight them. Anyone ever remember the, I think it was the Boston Bruins, like 1979? Someone got a little upset with the fan. It beat them. Yeah, we didn't have that happen here tonight. But what a great race we had without fans getting involved. Spectacular show. You know, Robert Schaefer in the 33 found a way to the front. Matt Heft, you got to feel for him for a little bit. He led 83 laps, and he comes home in second. Guys, coming up next week, the Upstate Racing League Airborne Graphics Dirt Pro Late Model Series will be doing the Bartel Builder 100 at Eldora. Make sure you tune in for that. That goes live at 8:15 p.m. Central, Thursday, March 28th. And then myself, Monday, March 25th at 7:50 p.m., I will be doing the OP Racing Super Speedway Series as they run around Daytona International Speedway for 100 laps. Make sure you join me for that one as well, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you, YouTube chat, for keeping me alive. If you haven't done so yet, hit the thumbs up button, hit the subscribe button on YouTube, and if you're watching over on Twitch, hit that follow button. I appreciate it. The drivers appreciate it. We keep track of everything, and they want to know that they put on a good show for you. So guys, thank you so much for joining me, and I hope to see you all next week. And until then, for myself, for Upstate Racing League and MaxSpeedTV, y'all have a good night, and we'll catch you later.